Hello everyone. So we are back with a video on the budget 2023, which was presented by Honorable Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji on 1st of the February 2023. So in this video, I would like to present you a few key highlights on the tax proposals which was made by the Union Finance Minister. And yes, these tax proposals will be applicable only from financial year 2023-24, which means it is applicable only from assessment year 2024-25. So I request every one of you to bear this point in your mind, because many a times we get calls from the clients saying that there are many changes which have happened in the budget. Will that be applicable for this financial year 2022-23? So I'm sorry to say this, the budget proposals, whatever was introduced on 1st February, will be applicable only from financial year 2023-24, not from financial year 2022-23. So request every one of you to bear this in your mind and then come to a conclusion. So this budget, which was presented on 1st February, is such a budget which helps especially the salaried class people. Of course, for business class, there are not much changes, not such an encouraging budget, I can say. But I can for sure say for salaried people, yes, it is an encouraging one. However, subjected to certain limitations. So when I say limitations, certain points have to be considered, else you will be taken for a ride. So request the salaried people to go through the points carefully. And of course, in my video and in the presentation, what I'm going to take you through, I have highlighted certain points which have to be kept in your mind before we take a call. Of course, yes, we have a lot of time for deciding on the points what have been raised in the budget. But I think this video will be helpful for every one of you who are looking for tax planning of the next year. So financial year 2023-24. And I also suggest every one of you not to please get carried away by the points which are being told in the media, especially print media. The reason being, with all due respects to the print media or even electronic media whatsoever, or even the digital media whatsoever, with all due respects, they have mentioned all the points what have been raised or proposed by the Union Finance Minister, but not to the fullest extent possible. So this video will give you the clarity, and we will be able to join the dots where your thought process were slightly missing on. So let us quickly, without wasting much of our time, start off with the budget proposals. And in this video, I'm going to discuss only about the direct tax proposals, which will be helpful for the salaried persons, and few proposals which will be, yes, also helpful for business categories. So let me quickly share the screen with the proposals what have been given in the budget. So if you see, budget highlights 2023 and 24 is what I have given. In that, the very first move which was made by Nirmala Sitharaman ji was a wonderful move, but you also have to keep in mind that that move is not applicable to everyone. Now, what she has done is, whenever I'm reading each and every point, I'll also compare with the budget of 2022-23, and then we will give you a clarity on 23-24. Now, up to 2022-23, what used to happen is those taxpayers who opted for new tax regime, they were not eligible to avail certain deductions like standard deduction under section 16 subsection 1A of the Income Tax Act. As well, they were not allowed to claim deduction towards family pension under section 57 of the Income Tax Act 1961. Apart from these two, they were not allowed to claim interest on housing loan. They were not allowed to claim leave travel concession under section 10 subsection 5. They were not allowed to claim deductions under section 33AB, ABA like this. And they were also not allowed to claim deductions under chapter 6A, that is your ATC and ATC to ATU. Now, the Union Finance Minister proposed a change in 2023-24 saying that only for salaried class people and the pensioners, I want every one of you to be careful here, only for the salaried class people and the pensioners, the Union Finance Minister has made a proposal to give or allow standard deduction under section 16 subsection 1A of rupees 50,000 and a deduction towards family pension under section 57 of rupees 15,000 or 33 1/3% of the pension amount, whichever is lower. So this is the new move, but those salaried class people should have opted for new tax regime. Please be careful, because by default in the old tax regime they can claim. So this move was made only for the salaried class people who are opting for new tax regime. The same thing I am highlighting in my note also. This is one of the important move. The other important move is till 2022-23 budget, the highest rate of surcharge was 37% for individuals, HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP. However, in 22-23 till 22-23, if your total income exceeded 50 lakhs but does not exceed 1 crore, then you were supposed to pay surcharge of 10%. If your total income exceeded 1 crore but did not exceed 2 crore, you were supposed to pay surcharge of 15%. If your total income exceeded 2 crore but did not exceed 5 crore, then you were supposed to pay surcharge of 25%. If your total income exceeded 5 crore, you were supposed to pay surcharge of 37%. Now, this is the concept of income tax, because income tax is always progressive nature. They want to, the government wants to collect more revenue from those people who are earning higher income. However, Nirmala Sitharaman on 1st February 2023, she made one more bold move saying that the highest rate of surcharge of 37% will be brought down to 25%, but you should have opted for new tax regime. So if you are in old taxation structure, your highest rate, that is if your income exceeds 5 crore, you have to pay by default surcharge of 37%. Whereas from budget 23-24, if you are opting for new tax regime, then even if your total income exceeded 5 crore also, you are supposed to pay a surcharge of only not exceeding 25%. This is the change which has been brought by Nirmala Sitharaman in the budget 23-24. The other major change, yes, the third point is the one which is actually confusing the public. Now, what they are trying to say in the third point, I'll just tell you prior to 23-24 budget, what used to happen. Now, in 22-23 budget, when new taxation structure, that is the new tax regime was introduced, they told very clearly, an individual or HUF or AOP or BOI who opts for old, they can shift for new in the next year. Again, that next year, they can come back for old. There is no problem at all. That means opting for the new or the alternative tax regime was available on a yearly basis. Even in 23-24 budget also, it is available on a yearly basis. There is no change. But if such individual carries on any business or profession. Now, in the old budget, that is your budget 22-23, what they told is once a person carries on business or profession and he opts for new taxation structure, he cannot come back to old one in his lifetime till he closes his business. This was the proposal made and it was passed also. Whereas to give one chance to those people who are carrying on business or profession, the Union Finance Minister on 1st February made a proposal saying that those who are carrying on business or profession will be given one chance to shift from old to new or new to old. Later on, they cannot do that. However, earlier budget, they didn't have this chance also. I'm talking purely about people who are carrying on business or profession only, not any other person, because any other person who is not carrying on business or profession, they always have to an option to switch between new and old and new at any time. There is no problem. So there is no change in that, but the change is in the persons who are carrying on income from business or profession. So that is one more new change. Please don't get confused. That is what I have written here. Those who have income from business can opt for new tax regime only once. So they are giving a chance to opt for old and stay back in old. And in case you opted for new, you have to stay back in new. There is no other option. Then coming to the fourth one, very important one, where many of my clients are getting confused. And of course, you people also might get confused. So please understand. There are new tax slab rates which have been introduced for assessment year 2024-25 by way of budget 2023-24. And these slab rates are applicable only for those who are opting for new taxation structure, not for those who are staying back in the old one. So what was the old taxation structure? Up to 2.5 lakh, there is no tax. 2.5 lakh to 5 lakhs, it is 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is 20%. About 10 lakhs, if you have income, then you have to pay 30%. That remains the same even today. Even this budget 23-24, that remains the same. But the alternate taxation structure which was given for budget 22-23 was, if at all your total income is up to 2.5 lakh, then there is no tax. 2.5 to 5 lakhs, it is 5%. 5 lakh to 7.5 lakh, it is 10%. 7.5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is 15%. 10 lakh to 12.5 lakh, it is 20%. 12.5 lakh to 15 lakh, it is 25%. And above 15 lakhs, it was 30%. Now, to this tax structure, they have made a change. What is the change? I have already given you. They told there is no tax now up to rupees 3 lakhs for those who are opting for new taxation structure. There is no tax at all, which means the basic exemption limit has been increased from 2,50,000 to rupees 3 lakhs. And they have also changed the slab amounts and slab rates also. I want you to observe. Now the next slab, what they say is 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs, then they will be charged at the rate of 5%. In case the total income exceeds 6 lakhs but does not exceed 9 lakhs, then they will have to pay tax of 10%. In case the total income exceeds 9 lakhs but does not exceed 12 lakhs, then the rate of tax is fixed at 15%. In case the total income exceeds 12 lakhs but does not exceed 15 lakhs, then the rate of tax is fixed to 20%. And lastly, if the total income exceeds 15 lakhs, the rate of tax is fixed at 30%. So this change is what they have made. And in this change, if you observe, 25% category is not there. But in budget 22-23, yes, we had 25% when the income exceeds 12.5 lakh but does not exceed 15 lakhs. It was taxed at 25%. But now the 25% they have removed, because straight away they have made from 20%, they have made it to 30%. But again, I'm repeating, this is applicable only for those who are opting for new taxation structure, not for anyone else. I mean to say, if you are into the old one, you will not be eligible to avail the benefit of this new slab rates. And coming to the next important point of our discussion, rebate under section 87A. Now, with regard to rebate, many electronic media and many print media have misinterpreted, saying that there is now no tax up to 7 lakh rupees. Fine. What you told is correct. But as I was telling you in the beginning, they haven't explained it to the fullest, or they haven't given it in an elaborated manner. So let us now understand in an elaborated manner what is this rebate under 87A. Now, up to budget 22-23, this rebate under section 87A was available up to a maximum of 12,500 rupees, which means the total income of a person, if it does not exceed 5 lakh rupee, he was eligible to a rebate of maximum 12,500. Let it be in a new scheme or the old scheme. There was no change. But now Nirmala Sitharaman had made a change for this rebate for those people who opt for new taxation structure, saying that the rebate amount will be increased. The rebate, what you call the total income for which you can claim rebate shall be increased to 7 lakhs. So now, if a taxpayer has opted for new taxation structure, and if his total income does not exceed 7 lakh rupees, he can still claim a rebate under section 87A. Rebate is nothing but a discount in English terms. So he can claim a rebate under section 87A of rupees 25,000. Earlier, the maximum limit of rebate was only 12,500. That is the discount portion. But now it has been increased to 25,000 because they have also extended the income from 5 lakhs to 7 lakhs, as I am highlighting on the screen. And it is purely only for new tax regime people. So if you observe, we can clearly understand out of the first 5 points what we have discussed, the union government is stressing on the people to opt for new taxation structure. So their main intention is to opt for new taxation structure only. That is the main intention of the union government also. So they want to give a push to the people to opt for new taxation structure. Now, coming back to our sixth point. Sixth point talks about leave encashment limit. Now, I'll quickly brief you. This is not only for new, this is for everyone in common. I'll just brief you. There is one section, section 10, subsection 10AA of the Income Tax Act, which gives you exemption towards leave encashment salary, or you can also say it as leave entitlement, or you can also call it as leave salary in short. Now, those especially who are non-government employees, for non-government employees who are in receipt of leave salary, they used to claim an exemption as maximum of rupees 3 lakhs. Maximum. That was the amount fixed by the government up to assessment year 2023-24. But from assessment year 24-25, that is nothing but our budget proposal I'm talking of, that limit which is fixed by the government of 3 lakhs has been increased to 25 lakhs. So now this is a major push actually given by the government, because this 3 lakh limit was there from decades, but now they have proposed to increase that limit of 3 lakhs to 25 lakhs. And to talk very openly, out of 10, how many of them will receive leave salary? Maybe not more than 2 or 3. So government also has planned this move very strategically, saying that we will increase that limit from 3 lakhs to 25 lakhs, because they are also worried about their revenue, right? So they have also planned in such a manner. That was a strategic move which was made by the union government. Now, these are the points, 6 points, which are applicable purely for salaried class people. Now, what about business class person? Now, that is our 7th point of our discussion in this video. For those who are into business, there is a concept called presumptive taxation. Section 44 AD, Section 44 ADA, and Section 44 AE. These are the three sections basically which are covered under presumptive taxation for residents. Now, out of these three sections, there is a change brought to first two sections, that is 44 AD and 44 ADA. Now, those persons who are opting for presumptive taxations in the old regime, first I'm talking of the old budget, those who are opting for 44 AD, their turnover should not exceed 2 crore. Then only they can opt for presumptive taxation, and they have to offer 8% of the turnover as their income. In case their total, what you call, they had the turnover was a mix of both cash and non-cash part. On the non-cash part, it is sufficient if they offer 6% as an income. This was the earlier proposal in Section 44 AD. Now, the government, with an intention of increasing the awareness of digitalization and to digitalize the economy, they have increased that limit of turnover from 2 crore to 3 crore. So that means a person who wants to opt for presumptive taxation, he can happily opt for presumptive taxation under Section 44 AD, even if his turnover has exceeded 2 crore but does not exceed 3 crore, provided the government has put one condition. The limit of 3 crore will be applicable to a taxpayer only if out of the total cash receipts, whatever he is having, 95% should be in non-cash form. So out of the total receipts, I am sorry, I told cash receipts, out of the total receipts what he is having, 95% of the total receipt should be in non-cash form. That means they are allowing you to take cash receipts only up to the extent of 5%, because they want to, number one, encourage digitalization. Number two, they want to have everything on record so that they can give you some benefit also. This is the increase in the threshold limit under Section 44 AD from 2 crore to 3 crore. Whereas under Section 44 ADA, which was applicable to professionals, that is those associates who are having only professional income, for those people, the threshold limit earlier was only 50 lakhs, which means in case their gross receipts from the profession did not exceed 50 lakhs only, they can opt for presumptive taxation and offer 50% of the gross receipts as a income from profession. But now this 50 lakhs limit has been increased to 75 lakh rupees for professionals. Again, the condition is out of the total gross receipts, 95% should not be in cash. I mean to say it should be in non-cash form. Then only the limit of 75 lakhs would be applicable. So this point, or this increase in the threshold limit, will always benefit such taxpayers who are honestly offering their income and honestly maintaining all the records through non-cash mode, nothing but through banking channels. That is what is the intention of the government also. It wants to avoid non-cash part. Then coming to the next important concept, because every one of you would have taken LIC policies, with an intention of encouraging people to avail more LIC policies, they have made one decision in the budget. What is the, I'll not say decision, it's a proposal made in the budget. They have told, if any LIC policy have been taken on or after 1/4/2023 with an aggregate premium of more than rupees 5 lakhs, then at the time of maturity, when they get back that amount, any amount what they get back up to 5 lakh will be exempted from tax. So in case you paid a premium towards any LIC policy which is taken on or after 1st April 2023 and the premium amount has exceeded 5 lakhs, at the time of maturity of that LIC policy, you will get obviously more than 5 lakhs only. That's very common. So say, for example, you got 50 lakhs as the LIC amount. Now what law says, or what the union government says is, up to 5 lakh rupee, we will exempt it from tax. The balance we will charge it to tax. So out of 50 lakhs, 5 lakhs will be exempted, 45 lakhs will be chargeable to tax is what they have proposed it in the budget. The another billion dollar push or $1 billion change, I can say, which has been bought for those who are especially buying and selling the properties, immovable properties like house, land, etc. Those who are buying and selling. Earlier, I'll tell you what used to happen till budget 22-23. Whatever amount you have gained by selling any residential house or even an open plot of land, that amount, as it is, if you invest in another residential house, you are eligible to avail the exemption under section 54 or section 54F of the Income Tax Act. Without any limit, you can invest. So in case you earned, say for example, 15 crore by selling some property, total 15 crore you can invest in any other house and avail the exemption under section 54 or 54F, depending on what type of asset you are selling. But now in budget 23-24, they have brought a restriction to this amount of investment. What the union government has told is the maximum amount of investment what a person can do and avail exemption under section 54 and 54F is only 10 crore. So in case you have gained an income, that is capital gain income of rupees 15 crore, you can only invest maximum 10 crore to avail the exemption, which means that on the balance of 5 crore, you will end up paying long-term capital gain of 20%. So this is another biggest move, because as I told, income tax is already progressive in nature. It wants to earn. It wants to, obviously, it asks it taxpayers, whoever is earning huge revenue, to pay more amount of taxes. That is the whole idea of the income tax department. With the help of that only, they have made a proposal in the budget also. Then coming to the 10th point, carry forward of losses. Now there is a concept called set off and carry forward of losses under section 70 to section 80 of the Income Tax Act 1961, 70 to 80. Now what does it say is the maximum, if an assessee has any loss in any particular year from either house property or from business or profession or from capital gains, they can carry forward the loss for a maximum period of only 8 years, maximum. In two circumstances, it is only maximum 4 years, whereas generally it is maximum of 8 years. Now this limit of 8 years has been extended to 10 years only for those who are starting up their business newly. That is why we call them as new startups, to get the benefit of carry forward of losses to 10 years. So this move has been made with an intention of encouraging people to start up more and more. Yes, more and more businesses, which will lead to generation of employment. Indirectly, it will lead to reduction of poverty. Indirectly, it will lead to increase in the GDP of the country. That is the whole idea of the government here. Then coming to the 11th and 12th point, which purely deals with only for cooperative societies. Only for cooperative societies. This has got nothing to do with the individuals and all. So in case of cooperative societies, a reduced rate of 15% is applicable for those cooperative societies who are starting up a manufacturing unit on or before 31st March 2024. Actually, in alternative taxation structure, the cooperative societies have to pay a tax of 22% flat rate, whereas that rate has been now reduced to 15%, provided the condition is the cooperative society must start a manufacturing unit on or before 31st March 2024. Earlier, it was, this benefit was there only till 31st March 2023, but now they have increased it to 31st March 2024. And lastly, this is applicable, this 12th point, whatever I say, there was section 194N earlier. Even now also it is there, section 194N, wherein there was the bankers used to levy TDS, that is, they used to deduct TDS on any cash withdrawals above rupees 1 crore. This was there from last budget 22-23 itself. But now, with an intention of encouraging more people to withdraw money from cooperative societies, what they have done is if any amount is withdrawn from by a cooperative society up to 3 crore, there will be no TDS. Whereas for others, like we individuals and all, if we withdraw the money, our limit is only 1 crore, beyond which the bankers will start deducting TDS under section 194 capital N of the Income Tax Act. Whereas for cooperative societies, the limit has been increased to 3 crore from 1 crore. So these are some highlights of the budget, what I wanted to bring it through this video. Hope this video was very useful to you. Kindly keep sharing any of your suggestions through the YouTube video link. Thank you so much for sharing your and giving your valuable time towards this video. Thank you so much. We'll meet in the other video.